Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for coming back to listen to me ramble about one of my most favorite subjects, comic books. My name is Jose. I love comic books. I like talking about them, I like sharing them. Like and subscribe. Also, you can follow me on social media. On Instagram, I'm at jvelez622. On Twitter, I'm at Art of jvelez. And I'm also on Pinterest where I have a lot of pins from a lot of artists, always getting more. I also have my own artwork in all three of the social media. And Pinterest is JoseV2163. So we're going to be looking at Batman 417, 18, 19, and 20 from 1988. These are the 10 Nights of the Beast. So we are going to start with this beautiful cover by Mike Zeck. Mike Zeck does all of the covers for this. And look at this. Absolutely beautiful. I bought these on eBay, a few years ago, and they weren't very much. I'm a huge Jim Starlin fan. And Jim Starlin, of course, is the writer of this. He does not draw it. And Jim Aparo, of course, is one of the classics in there. So, what it is these DA agents are waiting for some smugglers, and this guy's coming through. But, so here's our credits. This guy easily disposes of them. Jim Aparo, rest in peace, is been around for a while, and he was the artist at that time. During Batman, he was also during some of the 70s. So this, of course, is during the height of the the Cold War. So you're gonna see a lot of 80isms during during this during this time. So I don't know if this is worthy of a splash page, but this is what we got. So what's going on is there was an organization, this guy here, that is basically saying that there was an organization called the Hammer, which was an extreme part of the KGB, and Gorbachev was dismantling it. The main head of that Hammer committed suicide. He drank some cyanide, and then there was some burning, but he's left a small piece, and it just says Gotham City. And so we see here that Batman is listening. Now this Robin is oh my gosh, not Tim Drake, before Tim Drake. Jason Todd. So Jason Todd is the Robin here. And so yeah, so Batman is listening. I love the use of yellow here to this guy. So the guy that committed suicide set up this operation into motion called Skywalker. And that Skywalker was unsanctioned, and the reason Hammer was disbanded, and Russia does not want that to happen. And so he's here. He's been sent to help. Gordon asks, "What is that?" And he says, "Operation Skywalker is really just one person, Anatoly Knesev, who is known as the Beast." This guy here is a CIA agent, Ralph Bundy, and they know him as the KG Beast. And they think, he says that basically he arrived the day before and killed all those DEA agents. So he killed them all in using his own hands while the partner just watched. Gordon, of course, says then he's already in Gotham, and of course he thinks yesterday. He draws Jim Gordon with such a this mustache is one of the trademarks on how he draws Jim Gordon. A lot more older than or newer artists do. There's no pictures of the guy, so his identity has been guarded for decades, so no one knows what he looks like, which of course is what makes him so dangerous. Think of a Russian Batman, I guess. So he isn't a normal person, and he's been cybernetically enhanced for his strength. It says here he's as strong as four healthy men's and can tear a person in two. So, I'd say that's and he is quite the killer and quite the exterminator. They say he's the best assassin produced, and so what they are rumored is that he is looking to kill this Anwar Sadat. So this guy says that he's killed hundreds of CIA agents, and Gordon wants to know what he's doing in there. He's looking to cripple the Star Wars program, which was made famous during the 80s. They informed Gordon that he's already killed two people, and this is one of them here. I like this one here, this panel here. So they thought that he had died from natural causes, which is what he was. But this one's pretty cool. So here's the second one. He uses this, and here comes the guy on the motorcycle. That's pretty cool. So, and of course, the government keeps its secret, so that's why they hadn't told Gordon. He says the fewer people that know, the better. But they believe that the problem is too large now. So Gordon is introduced to all the agents, and Gordon also thinks he's going to need a lot of help, but he knows that he's referring to Batman, and he's like, absolutely not. But of course, Batman's listening because I suspect Gordon was letting him listen. So Batman's gonna go find the next person, Jason Green, and tells Robin to keep listening. So off he goes. I like the use of yellow. And so here's Jason Green when the Beast comes in. I don't like the costume, but I guess it's 80s stuff. So he hits him. Batman's almost there. Sees the Beast. Kara has Jason ready to throw him, and then does. Batman's gonna go try to catch him. He gets him. Now he has to break the fall. Reaches for the flagpole. So, telephone wire. And he's going to brace himself. Lands on top of a car. But it turns out Jason was already dead from a broken neck from even before he fell. Later, the CIA guy meets in a park. He wanted to come. Says the CIA is used to dealing with unorthodox people, so gives them the Batman gives him the list of the 10 people, and the last name, they're not revealing who it is yet, but is coming to Gotham on Friday. So, he tells him who the assistant of the KGB is. Is a man named Nabi Salari, who's an Iranian. They wonder how the Iranian and the Russians are working together, and they figured it's for the last person in there on that list. So Batman and Robin go, and if you can see here, here's that Iranian. This guy's not paying attention, and he should have. Turns out he was electrocuted, and turns out the last name is the president. So, and here we have most likely a mole somewhere giving him the names and where everybody is, and needs to deal with Sylvia Burrows, but he needs to do it that night. So, and Batman thinks that they have to make the Beast come to them. So now we go to the next issue. Another great cover by Mike Zeck. Great cover. Truly wish he would have done the interiors too, because that would have been fun. But they wanted to keep the same. They wanted to do this like if it was a miniseries and use the same creative team. So now it's common, but back then most stories were one and done. So, and so here we go. So basically, Batman here is thinking. He basically gives a recap of the last issue. That's essentially what these pages are. So it's essentially just a recap. So we don't need to go over that because, again, we just played it. So we are here now where Sylvia Burrows, she's a mathematician with that Star Wars program, and they're asleep. So the Beast goes in and swaps orange juice. Next day, the cops go in there. They're both dead. Apparently, when they opened it, there was gas in here that killed them both. And they call back. He was calling Batman to letting him know, and they're saying that there's a luncheon, but it was they changed locations, thinking that will keep him safe for the next person. It's kind of funny because they're killing them in the order of the list. Like the list would just have 10 people, but normally you would kill whoever is most convenient. But I guess they're going in order. So, and so, it's saying here that some they're looking at the election campaign and et cetera, et cetera. So all these powerful people are there, and everybody's kind of looking, and suddenly everyone starts to choke or whatever, and he was the target, and it looks like he poisoned everyone just to kill him. And Gordon's like, "Who made the soup?" And he says it was the head chef from the State Department. To which this guy says, "No, we didn't bring anybody." Turns out it was the Iranian Nabi Salari. And Batman shows up, but the Beast was right behind him and starts shooting. Nabi goes inside and takes off. Batman is on the vehicle. It's going to hit a bus, and you can see they jump off. And so Batman is needs to do something so it doesn't hit them. And of course, they get away. I do like this Batmobile. The 80s Batmobile was pretty cool. I also love this color of blue. It's when I draw Batman, I make sure it's that blue that I use. So, the Beast has killed everybody that was in there, just so that he could kill the one guy. And everyone was not privy to this. This everybody was taken from the original, so Batman suspect that there is a mole, and they are basically he's telling the commissioner that he's gonna need to keep some of the government people in the dark, and he still doesn't trust the Russian KGB agent. So he took the one senator and a congressman away and didn't tell them where. We know in real life this would not happen. However, this is comic books, so we don't overthink things in comic books. So Gordon uses the same line he told them in the beginning, that you may have the right to know, but you don't have the need to know. So, and these two are having a conversation about, there's better things to do than create nuclear weapons, and the money that the government could be using. But of course, ultimately they're just cogs in the machine. And here's our mole telling them where the senator is. Later, Batman nabs this guy. Originally, I thought this guy and was this guy, but this isn't. He's trying to see who's selling the weapons to the Beast. So he's going through with other people. I love Robin just kind of smiling. So he says he gets a rocket launcher, also known as a bazooka. And we get to this hotel here. And the Beast suspects something. It's the only one with the windows, or one of the few with the windows open. He feels as if they're leading him to this, but he decides that, he has no choice. He has to do it because he's gone too far. Turns out it really was a trap, as he suspected. But he has all these exits. These were dummies. So, and shoots at Batman. And he has, like I said, escape routes mapped out. And fights Batman. And hits him. Batman I love that face. That's pretty cool. The Beast catches that. Batman misses, but he doesn't panic because he's been here before. And lands safely and says, I finally met someone who's better at this game than I am. So, part 3. Batman 419. Another great cover by Mike Zeck. Mike Zeck is really good. Look at this cover. Phenomenal. So, all right. So, here we go. So this private airplane takes off, but explodes. And the Beast and his partner are there, and the CIA agent Bundy was in there, and he was trying to help this a general who's the head of the Star Wars program leave. But so now the Beast has killed 7 of the 10 people, and so they're kind of trying to see who the heck it could be for the list of candidates that Batman still thinks are is the mole. Agent Parker's there, and suddenly Batman and Robin are gone. And it turns out that they're outside waiting, and they leave even with him. So they're kind of going around thinking about, who could it be? And they see, of course, that KGB agent and wonder if he would be, responsible or kind of looking. Ultimately, Batman thinks that in order to find the truth, they'll need to catch the KG Beast. So, at the Commodore Hotel, the cops have emptied the whole floor, leaving only the senator and the congressman. So the only people there are some of his agents and then the cops. He talks a little bit about Batman and how but he doesn't trust him. And so this police officer notices that the doorknobs are different and tells him to get away. Turns out it was a bomb inside the doorknob. And the congressman and the aide are both dead. Turns out this cop was Batman. I love how big ears were under. If we go back, I love it. It's comic books. Let's not overthink it, people. So, they bring in the senator. They're gonna rush. They're gonna get on the elevator, and Batman's gonna go with them. Right now we're everybody's acting suspicious here, so we still don't know who it is. And so, Batman hears something. When the elevator stops, and then Batman's gonna go check it out. Suddenly, these blocks are being thrown, goes through, and kills one of the agents. Batman tells him to press against the walls, and he throws more. So Batman's gonna have to climb and avoid the cinder blocks. Gordon tells the cops to go hurry on the double before they die. Batman continues to climb. The Beast takes out the gun. Batman deflects or avoids the bullets but gets hit by one. When the KGB goes to reload, Batman throws some darts and hits one of them. And the KGB drops his gun. Here come the cops. And of course, don't show an axe if you're not going to use it. So he uses it and dispatches the police officers. By the time Batman gets up, everybody's dead. And the KGB is going to escape. Batman won't let him and follows him and uses the axe to cut the rope. And there's a plastique on the other one. Explodes. And his only hope now is to wriggle the rope and catches him in the hand. He avoids the two ninja stars. Batman starts to climb. And the KGB Beast is going to, boom, cut his own hand out and runs without his hand. Would have been really cool if they would have left the hand right here. That would have been pretty cool. So the Beast runs away. Batman climbs out. And they just can't believe how he's managed to kill just about everybody. And it turns out that Ralph Bundy is still alive. and so is the general. To their surprise, he says the Learjet was piloted by remote control, and the general traveled back to Washington by train. So they know that the Beast believes that only one is left, and that's Ronald Reagan, the president. So I like how you put Batman in the foreground, everybody else just kind of in black. That's pretty cool. And the Beast is going to hire this guy to make a hand. You can see the Beast chopped up his hand. And this was kind of cool. They put the credits in the last page. So, all right. Final issue, part 4 of 4. 10 Nights of the Beast, number 420. Another great cover by Mike Zeck. All right. So, the guy that made the hand, I guess, the Beast killed him. So, leave no one alive. So, we are at the airport, and Ronald Reagan has shown up. There's no way all these people, even in the 80s, just. But hey, again, it's comic books. And here comes Batman, who kidnaps the president, because of course. And he's going to shoot him here, but Gordon bumps into him. And Batman apologizes, but they're going to get him into that hotel. So, he says, he threatens Gordon, tells him his career's over, and Gordon says, nope, it isn't. And Batman is kind of telling everyone here about, kind of recap of the last 3 issues. And Ronald Reagan agrees that Batman is going to help, but of course, Agent Parker is not too happy. So he gives them a plan, and suddenly, this person here is telling the Beast the plan. So, so now that Parker has left, Batman tells everyone else what the real plan is, and he knows who the traitor is because he has deducted it. So the next day, or that night, Bundy kind of says about how the Beast, nothing happens, and in 6 months they'll probably be fighting him again. And so here comes the president, and at the top, it's a suicide mission. And no matter what, they don't do anything, but here comes Robin and nudges him from behind, and he explodes. So, and it wasn't Reagan, it was Commissioner Gordon. The comics are so over the top. It's a really fun story arc, though. So, here comes Batman with the president, and this guy here, he is this guy's the traitor because he's here drawing his weapon. One of the things that's difficult is Jim Aparo. People just sort of look the same, so it's kind of hard to be able sometimes to tell who's who. But yeah, this is, I guess, Agent McDonald. And so the Beast comes up, shoots everybody. McDonald's hits him in this where he had been hit, and He's about to kill Reagan, but here come the reinforcements. He throws another dart at the beast. He shoots McDonald, who sold out for $40,000. And even though in the 80s that's a lot of money, it is not that much money even in the 80s. I mean, what's that? Even if you double it with inflation, that'd be 80,000. So that's if you doubled it in today's money. So I don't know if I would do all this for that little bit. But anyway, so they send 2 agents down after the beast. Batman says, I'll go get him because his men are probably dead. And of course, here's one of them. And then there's the other one. And the beast shoots at Batman. Batman throws one of the dead agents at him. And this is his new weaponized hand. And the beast is bleeding from that when Batman threw that dart at him. He's trying to get away. Batman continues to fight. Follows the beast. Goes in there. And sees that there's no way out. He's trapped. And so the beast is like, all right, let's fight it out. Batman says he's not going in there. There's nothing to be gained by going in there. And he locks him out at the time to go get him at another time. So just puts 2 pieces of wood. All right, but so that's the plan, and he brings back the dead agents, and the president is safe, and he gets into the car. Nobody's even suspecting why Batman is getting into that limousine, and it's Alfred, and he's dressed in the Ronald Reagan's mask. So, fun little story. 10 Nights of the Beast. Thanks for listening. Bye.